In Japan, something as simple as saying you can be a total social minefield. Get it right and you're showing respect, but get it wrong and you might cause some serious offense without even realizing it. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the fascinating and absolutely crucial rules for addressing people in Japanese.
So let me ask you a quick question. How do you say you in Japanese? Now, if the word anata just popped into your head, hey, you're not wrong, but you're not entirely right either. As we're about to see, actually using that word can be a surprisingly risky move.
And that's because in Japanese, choosing the right word isn't just about getting the grammar correct. Nope, it's all about respect, it's about relationships, and it's about social context. Picking the wrong word can make you sound distant, a little impolite, or, yeah, even downright offensive.
And this all brings us to what I like to call the politeness problem. You see, in Japanese culture, language is one of the main ways you show respect. It's how you acknowledge your relationship to the person you're speaking with. It's not just an afterthought, it's baked into the very first words you choose.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute fundamentals. The words for you, me, and them. Right off the bat, this is where we're going to see just how differently Japanese looks at relationships, starting with the very first word of a sentence.
All right, first things first. To talk about yourself, the safest, most standard, polite word is watashi, for I. Simple enough. And if you're with a group of people, you just say watashi-tachi, for we. These two are your best friends. They'll keep you on solid ground in pretty much any conversation.
Now, let's talk about that tricky word for you, anata. While yeah, it's the direct translation you'll find in every textbook, in a real conversation, you almost never hear it. It can sound a bit impersonal, maybe even a little too direct. The much more common and polite way to address someone? Just use their name, followed by a special title.
And this whole idea of politeness levels applies to talking about other people too. So, for example, if you're just casually referring to someone, you might say ano hito, which just means that person. But in a more formal or respectful situation, you'd switch to ano kata. It means the exact same thing, but it carries a totally different level of respect. See the difference?
And that brings us to the real key to speaking respectfully in Japanese, the honorifics. These are the little suffixes you attach to a person's name. Think of them like a secret social code that immediately defines your relationship with someone, right on the spot.
Okay, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this, san. This little word is your all-purpose, go-to, can't-go-wrong honorific. It's basically the equivalent of Mr., Mrs., or Mrs., and you can stick it on the end of almost anyone's name. Seriously, when in doubt, just use san. It's always a safe bet. Now, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we have chan. This one is a term of endearment. It's all about affection and familiarity. You'll hear it used for little kids, close female friends, family members. You can even use it for your pets. It's informal, it's cute, and it shows you have a really close bond with someone. And then there's kun. This one's also informal, but it carries a slightly different social meaning. It's generally used for boys or for men who are, at the same or a more junior level than the speaker. You hear it a lot in schools or at work, like a boss addressing a younger male employee. It kind of signals a gentle, informal hierarchy.
But wait, this system goes even deeper. It's not always about names. In Japan, you very often address people by their role or their profession, which basically becomes their title in that conversation.
The most famous example of this is, of course, sensei. Now, the word technically means teacher or instructor, but its use is so much broader. It's a title of really high respect for all kinds of skilled professionals. We're talking doctors, lawyers, politicians, or even a master of a traditional art.
And here is a super important pro tip. Sensei is a title of respect that other people give to you. You would never, ever use it to describe your own job. To do that would sound incredibly arrogant. It's a title you have to earn, not one you just claim for yourself.
And of course, there are tons of other specific roles. For instance, gakusei is a student, kaishain is a company employee, and ginkoin is a bank employee. These words are super useful because they help place people within a social context right away.
Oh, and here's another really cool and super easy formula you can use right now. To say someone's nationality, you just take the name of the country and add the suffix jin, which just means person. So someone from America becomes America-jin. It's a simple trick that works for just about any country.
So, after all that, what does this really boil down to? Well, it's this simple but really profound idea. In Japan, language and culture are completely 100% inseparable.
It's really all about this. In Japan, how you speak isn't just about conveying information, it's about defining relationships. Every single word you choose, whether it's san, chan, or sensei, is a deliberate signal that places you and the person you're talking to on a kind of social map.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. When you see how deeply relationships are encoded into Japanese, it really makes you wonder, right?